What's up, everyone? This is Jared and Nick from WhatCheers Beer Reviews, and tonight, this is a pretty popular one, you know. Pliny the Elder.
Yes, this is Russian River.
Russian River, you know, huge hype around this beer. Everyone goes crazy for it.
Yeah, this is considered to be easily one of the best beers in the world.
It's in the top 10.
It's in the top 10 right now. It's at number 6 on BeerAdvocate, I think.
Yeah, around there. It's always moving, but.
And if you watched our previous review of Heady Topper, we claimed that Heady Topper blew this out of the water.
Yep.
And this is a fresh bottle. Okay, this is less than a month old at this point.
12.6, I believe. 12.6.
12.6, and today is the 3rd of January, so it's a little bit less than a month old. So it's right where you want it to have it really fresh, and we're definitely going to give it a fair shot. So this was 8%.
8%, yep.
And there is another version of this, which we're not going to talk about too much, but Pliny the Younger.
There's triple IPA.
There's a triple IPA, and that, my friend, is considered to be the #1 beer in the world. Yep. On BeerAdvocate.
Rare as hell.
Rare as hell, draft only.
You know.
Draft only in February.
Yeah,
you have to get a draft only in February at the brewery. But this is second best to that, and ton of hype around this one. Let's get right into it.
Alright. Crystal clear. Just like the Blind Pig, which we already put out. I mean, this is...
this looks exactly like it almost.
Crystal clear again. A very, very, very fine kind of...
Particulates again.
Particle, sediment.
Yeah.
But still crystal clear, not haze, nothing.
Nope, little lighter amount of carbonation flowing up from the bottom.
Yep.
Not quite as much, but it actually looks
nice
like
white head, very fluffy.
Very fluffy white head. Yep.
So.
And it's dissipating kind of slowly, and it looks really good for a double IPA. So
aroma.
Yeah, this one has more of the citrus, tropical fruits going on. Balanced out by some of that earthiness that we found in Blind Pig. It just smells a little bit more intense than Blind Pig.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Not much though.
I get earthiness to this, I get some pine. Get the citrus, grapefruit.
Yep, that orange juice, grapefruit, kind of pineapple. Yeah, it's all there. You know, it doesn't smell anything like super mind-blowing, like the Heady.
That's the biggest thing that jumps out to me for this one is, I mean, you saw my reaction for the Heady. I was literally blown away when I cracked open the can. This one, I mean, I've had it before, but it's still...
And this smells exceptional, don't get me wrong.
It smells great.
It smells great, and it smells like a very impressive West Coast double IPA. It's just that there's a lot of really great smelling double IPAs these days, and we're kind of spoiled. But that being said, it smells terrific. Let's get into the taste. Cheers.
Pliny the Elder.
Pliny the Elder. Yeah, I like that a lot better than Blind Pig.
Yeah?
I do. It's more intense in everything.
Yeah.
The nose matches the taste.
Exactly. Yeah. That was our gripe with the Blind Pig.
Yeah.
The flavor profile is a lot more intense. The bitterness is a little bit more intense, but it's a double IPA, so that's to be expected. The body is, it's pretty light. Again, it's not too heavy. It's kind of light to medium.
It's definitely got a creaminess to it.
Yes.
A
little more than Blind Pig, but still very drinkable.
Oh, this is ridiculously drinkable. And I think that's one of the things people love is that Pliny is really drinkable for 8%.
Yep.
So as far as the taste goes, first thing I'm getting is that that super hot punch, and it does have a nice balance of that earthy hop character to it, and then middle of the mouth you get that like real blasted like that like again that pineapple, citrus kind of.
And for me, that's when the bitterness starts to come in too. Whereas the Blind Pig, you sipped it, you swallowed it,
and it was really light.
You thought about it, and then the bitterness came in. This one, the bitterness kind of comes in as you're drinking it.
Yep.
Plenty of malt though there to balance it out too. You know, it's not it's a balanced double IPA.
Yeah, you
can't knock it at all.
It's not. Yeah, it's not so ridiculously hoppy that it's going to blow your head off or anything. The difference here, like again, because we talked about this beer a lot during the Heady review. We'll talk about Heady during this review. The thing that I don't find in this that I like about the Heady is that you get that really like sweetness. It's almost indescribable. It's like a honey sweetness, and it's a little bit more complex. Like in the
Heady?
Yeah.
For me, the Heady was. It had a lot of different hop flavors. It had spice, it had like floral notes, it had piney notes, it had tropical fruit. I remember specifically like guava, passion fruit notes to it. and it was just so. It has a big complexity.
It's like a blend. It tastes like a blended double IPA.
Whereas this one,
it tastes
like some pineiness, has some earthiness, has some citrus, like every other West Coast double IPA.
That's the thing. It just tastes like a really big West Coast double IPA. And again, there's so many companies now coming out with them. That being said, this is one of the first really big double IPAs to come on the scene.
Yeah.
And so, in its own right, it deserves to be recognized as a really exceptional double IPA.
Oh, there's no denying that.
A lot of double IPAs have been launched off of this kind of recipe. Actually, do you remember what the hops was? Amarillo and...
There's CTZ in there, there's some Simcoe in there, some Centennial, I believe, and I think Amarillo.
Yeah, so it's a nice blend of a few different hops. But a lot of breweries have built their double IPAs off this kind of recipe, and so to take a look at this and see how good it is, it's a pretty impressive double IPA. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Is it one of the best beers in the world? No, I don't think so. But it's definitely one of the best double IPAs. One of the best for sure.
Ratings.
Yeah, ratings on this. I am really enjoying this beer. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, really.
That was my thought too. When I remember we both had this one before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I kind of skipped over it, but BeerAdvocate and RateBeer both gave this one a 100.
100, yeah, 100 across the board from RateBeer and BeerAdvocate.
We both gave this one, or we both had it, and for me personally, I remember the first time I had it, I thought it was great. I thought it was a flawless double IPA. There was nothing wrong with it, but it wasn't as mind blowing. It didn't live up to the hype that everyone put with it. And I stand by that today. It's still a great double IPA. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not so unique and not so mind blowing that it stands out above everything else. For me personally, I think I'm going to give this one a 90. But no, this is a tough one.
Yeah, it is kind of tough.
A 95.
That's kind of where I was going.
I don't think it's, like I said, I think there's better double IPAs out there. I think Heady Topper is obviously the better, I think. But I think there's other double IPAs that don't have the hype that are better than this.
Yeah, and there are other double IPAs that do have the hype. Like Hill Farmstead, for instance, a lot of their double IPAs are exceptional, and I would probably call them at least as good or better than this, and they do have the hype. But there's definitely so many good double IPAs. But in regards to this being one of the first, major double IPAs to come on the scene, I actually had it in my mind, I think, a 95 as well. Before we don't talk about our ratings, but that is what I have to say about it. 95. I remember the last year's batch I had being a lot more pungent, kind of dank smelling and tasting, and this, I don't know if it's a little bit different or whatever, but this tastes a little bit more citrusy, more floral, lighter, just really nice and refreshing, as opposed to dank kind of earthiness that I got. So I don't know if they changed it or whatever, but super fresh bottle, delicious double IPA, 95 from us, 100 from RateBeer and BeerAdvocate.
This was actually one of the first beers I traded for. It was the first.
It was the first beer you traded for.
Yeah, and so it has a little bit of a
sentimental value.
But then again, I've had better beers since then. So
that's the thing, guys. We're spoiled, but you know what? Get this. Get Pliny. For the price too, for $4 or $5, it's totally worth it.
The price is crazy for the hype surrounding it. You think, wow, okay, this beer's gonna be in the $15, $20 range.
Exactly.
Nope, it's like $6.
Make sure you get it fresh. This beer, it says all the label. Make sure you enjoy it fresh.
Don't age it.
Keep it cold. Yeah. All right, guys, we're rambling on, but anyways, Pliny the Elder is an exceptional double IPA, but Heady Topper's still better.
We got plenty more to come. Find us next week. Find us on Facebook.
All right, guys. Thank you. Cheers.